What's going on, guys? This is Dave Williams with Black Coyote Outdoors. I wanted to go over a medicinal plant with you today. It's called Verbascum, also commonly known as mullein. Mullein has very good medicinal properties, and it can also help aid you in primitive fire. I kind of wanted to go over some of the things about it and also where to find it. So you guys stick around and I'll show you that in a minute. So this is the mullein plant. It's a very tall plant. It grows anywhere between 4 to 6 to 8 feet. This plant right now currently is a little taller than me, and I'm 6 foot tall. Some of the characteristics of this plant is these pods up and down the top of the stem. They actually flower out into different color flowers. There's different species, but the dead giveaway for this plant is the texture of the leaves. It's very fuzzy and very soft. I have heard people use this plant for toilet paper, although I wouldn't recommend it because some people are very irritable to the tiny hairs that's on this leaf. Now, the places that this plant likes to grow is very wide open spaces, plenty of sunlight. It's not hard for this plant to grow. It's very drought resistant, and also too, it likes rocky areas. So if you are passing by a clear-cut area and it looks kind of rocky and the soil is really dry, more than likely you'll find one. And it's fairly easy to see. Most of the time it's taller than all the other vegetation, and you can't really mistake the yellow flowers at the top. So the medicinal properties about this plant is that it has an anti-inflammatory property, and also it has a mucilage property. The Indians a long time ago used to dry it and smoke it to help aid with asthma and cough and bronchitis and things of that nature. So you can either make a tea out of it, or you can make an oil out of it. The oil is actually used for hemorrhoids, which is kind of embarrassing, but if you have hemorrhoids in a survival situation or in the woods, you can make an oil out of this and treat hemorrhoids with it. This plant also will aid you in primitive fire. You can take this plant and dry it out, remove the leaves and the seed pods and all of that, and the stalk itself will become hard on the outside, and it'll also become real pithy on the inside, and it can aid you in fire. Now, the best combination that I have found and I have been most successful with is the mullein stalk for your spindle and cedar for your hearthboard. I've had very good success with that, and I actually have a set that was given to me by Alan Kay, the first season winner of the Alone Show. During the Georgia bushcraft class that he gave, he actually gave us a set, and I still use that set today to show people primitive fire methods. But as far as primitive fire, this plant has helped me along a lot as far as making primitive fire. The first year, it actually doesn't grow the stalk. The stalk comes at the second year, but the first year you will only find these leaves, and it'll make a rosette of leaves on the ground. The second year the stalk comes up, and it will actually, during around June to September, the flowers will actually blossom on these buds up here, and then the flower petals is what you would actually use to make the oil for the medicinal side of this plant. So I kind of wanted to give you a close-up look at this plant, and this stalk with all these buds on it, you can kind of see that the flowers are starting to blossom. It'll probably be in full bloom by next month, and it's very tall. As you can see, it's all the way over my head. But the leaves, the closer you get to them, you can actually see the fuzz on them, and you can kind of see why it's called the toilet paper of the woods. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you this real quick. Upon leaving out of where I showed you that plant, I actually came across 2 more mullein plants, and you can see they're already starting to blossom out, and hopefully by next month they'll be blossomed out, and I'll come and try to see if I can get some more leaves to make some oil for these. But that just goes to show you it's not very hard to find these plants. Just you have to be paying attention and you have to be aware of what you're looking for. After reviewing the video and realizing what I said by not using the leaf as toilet paper, because some people's skin becomes irritated due to the fine hairs that are on the leaf, but you can turn around and use the oil on an inflamed hemorrhoid. That's kind of contradictory, don't you think? Oh well. Well guys, I hope that video was informative. I kind of wanted to share that with you. I drove probably half a mile from my house and found those plants, so I hope you learned some things about where to locate them and what they're used for, and I plan on going back and harvesting those plants and making some oil out of the flowers and tea out of the leaves, and I'm definitely going to save those stalks for my hand drill set. So I'll make some future videos about what I'm doing with the plants and everything, and I appreciate you guys viewing the channel. This has been Dave Williams with Black Coyote Outdoors, and we'll see you next time. Thanks guys.